All right, great Friday afternoon. Yes, it's Friday afternoon, and welcome to our 15 minutes to mastery that we do every day to be able to get you some information, inspiration, motivation so that you can go out and do your thing every single day because we know that life comes at you hard. We know business comes at you hard, and sometimes we just need a little bit of outside source to be able to help us put everything in perspective. And today we're going to episode number 532 of our 15 minutes to mastery, and we're talking about going for more. We're talking about the duty, the obligation, the responsibility that we all have, that all of you have, in going for more, wanting to do more, help more, be more. Uh, Everything that you can do, you should be doing. Les Brown writes, if you put yourself in a position where you have to stretch outside of your comfort zone, then you are forced to expand your consciousness. Nothing could be more true than this. Okay, think about this. In other words, the more that you push yourself, the more that you put yourself in uncomfortable situations, the more that you go into that which is uncertain, and you actually put the work in, your mind starts to expand, your consciousness starts to expand, your vision expands, it grows, and you start seeing other opportunities, you start seeing other avenues that will lead to what, first of all, what you need in life and in business, and then second of all, to higher levels of success. But when we stay in our comfort zones, when we're trying to play it safe, when we're just trying to, man, I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I really don't want to. I'm not going to. Why should I go and take the leap? Whether it's switching from one company to another, or taking on a different position, or starting your own business. When you keep playing it safe, you start to contract as an individual. You start to become smaller in your thinking and in your vision. And lo and behold, next thing you know, a year, 2 years down the road, God forbid how long you've been doing that for, you just you're living this life, a monotonous life, day by day, doing things for everyone else except for yourself. Yes, do you have a great life? Possibly so. There's plenty of you out there that are doing some really good things and living a great life. However, I will tell you this, if that's where you're at right now, there's still more that you can do. It's not just those people that are down and out. It's not just people that are struggling that could do more. All of us can do more. All of us can continue to grow. We were having a team meeting just a little while ago here, uh, and discussing just that, how there's so much opportunity for us as a company and to develop new programs and to develop new offerings into opportunities that have been presented to us as a company with other companies out there to be able to collaborate with them. But it's all it's scary as heck, man. I'm not going to lie. I start to think of it as a business owner, and I'm like, well, I don't want to fall on my face, but it wouldn't be the first time. But at the same time, we want to make sure that what we're doing is going to provide results for whomever it is that we're doing it for. And that's the only thing that should matter is, are you being of value? There will be failures. There will be times where you mess up, you make wrong decisions, you're going to make some mistakes, you're going to fall behind, whatever it is. But as long as you're bringing value the majority of the time, that is what's important. That is what we're after. That is what you should be thinking of. So as we talk about this, going and doing more, right? What do we mean by this, right? So look, I was on a training call early this morning, with a group out of on the East Coast, and we were talking about how there are so many families out there that need help. There's so many families out there that are in need of options. I'm not even just referring to it as affordable housing options. I'm talking about options in housing that they don't even know of. And if I, as a sales consultant or as a community manager, just sitting in my office and not truly pushing myself out of my comfort zone to be able to help more. Let's say I'm doing good. Let's say I'm doing 5, 6, 7 houses a month that I personally am funding. For me not to push to try and get more is, in reality, my being selfish and figuring, well, I'm taking care of my family's doing well. I'm going to coast it right here. But we don't stop to think about the families that are out there that actually need you to push for more. They need you to go for more because they are being left out. And you see, when you start pushing for more, then it just becomes contagious, and everyone else in your office starts to push for more. As long as you're that leader, as long as you're that vocal person that can show them the benefit to it. Okay, we talked about this a couple months ago. How the proximity of power is so important because when you have people that are high performers within your office that are pushing to do more, just about everyone else in that office can't help but push to do more. One, it may start off just because, man, I don't want to look like a chump, and I don't want to stay behind. I don't want to fall behind. I don't want to be left like looking like I don't care. But then second, it's just you can't help but be inspired being around that type of person, whether it's your GM, whether it's just a sales consultant, whoever it may be. If you're in the community space, whether it's your property manager, maybe it's your maintenance person that you see is just busting their butt all the time. At some point in time, we as humans are going to pick up on that. And we should be doing the same thing. But that's why we talk about high performers, and all of us should be striving to be that high performer. All of us should be striving to be that example, not for our own recognition, but because, man, everybody should, right? John F. Kennedy had a quote that anybody can have an impact, something to this effect, right? Anybody can make a difference in the world, and everyone should try. Anyone can, and everyone should try. So every one of us should be trying to do more. It's not about greed. It's not about anything else except for the fact that, look, the more you do, the more you help, the more impact you make. Then at the end of the day, guess what ends up happening? The more that you stand to gain as well. It just goes hand in hand. You see your success, your level of success, your level of growth, your level of financial gain and benefit, and everything that you and your loved ones get to experience and do is simply because you're able to help more people. And as humans, that's what we should be striving to do. As humankind, human beings, we should be striving to help one another and really do great things for each other. So with that being said, how can we do this? How can I, as a high performer, how can I take myself from, maybe I feel I'm not truly up at that upper echelon? How can I take myself from where I am right now and put myself into that level? What can I do to push myself to do more? Because, man, I just can't figure it out. I know that I could, and sometimes I'm not motivated to really do it. So here are some things that you can do. First and foremost, look, the easiest thing I'm going to tell you to do is increase your monthly goals by 2 families. Whatever your goal is for this month, whether it's 2, 3, 5, whatever it is, add 2 to it. Okay. And I know we're already at the end of April. When I say this month, I'm talking about this coming month of May and beyond. Up your goals by 2. Up your goals by 2, whether in your community space and you're looking at funding. If I can close 4 this month, fantastic. Well, make it 6. If you're in the retail side and you're trying to sell X amount of houses this month, add 2 to that. And your funding's the same thing. How can you find 2 cash deals or something that you can add this month that you can fund extra? Just double it, or I should say, add 2 to it first, and then second, determine what the benefit would be to you if you reach that goal. What is the benefit to you? This is where we're kind of thinking about ourselves, right? We're kind of you may look at it as being selfish, but man, you need that drive. You need that purpose. You need to see it for yourself. It's not just a number 2. It's what do those 2 represent? So look at what that benefit would be to you for reaching that goal, and then assign a benefit that you would accomplish with that goal. So, hey, 2 extra families means X amount of money in my pocket. Okay, what would you do with that extra money? How is that going to help you or a loved one or your church or your community or a family member or a friend? What would you, or maybe it's pay off some debt, maybe it's save some extra money, whatever it is, assign something to that. I get this win. this win of the extra two families is going to this, right? So you first up your goal by two, then you figure out what the benefit would be to you if you hit that goal. Then you assign something that you would accomplish with that goal, with those extra two families that you helped. And from there, you've got to determine what do you need in order to make it happen. What am I lacking? Am I lacking more leads? Or my leads just, am I not making the calls? Am I not scheduling enough time to make enough calls to be able to see enough people? Am I not being as intentional when I do have the people on the phone or in front of me? What do I need to do in order to make it happen and get that in place? Get that set up because we're already going into May, and start operating on that now, today, this 25th of April. And lastly, remember this one thing. For you to accomplish, or when you accomplish this one thing, adding those two, you're also helping many more families. Your goal simply does not just benefit you. You pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, you adding to your goal, you increasing your goal, all you're doing is increasing the amount of families that you're helping. It's a win, win, win. Families win, you win, your company wins. Everybody wins. So why would we not do it? Why would we not go for more? Why would we be uncomfortable in actually trying to help more families? Or is it just that you're complacent? That's a totally different thing, right? And that's something for you to analyze and think about for yourself, and really determine, how can I get myself from just being okay, being complacent, being average? Because you hear me say it all the time, we've got the poster right here on our wall: average is the enemy. Don't let average keep you down. Nothing about what we're doing here at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery is average. We're not going for average, man. We're going for the top of the world. It's one step at a time. It's one step at a time, but that we're taking those steps as quickly as we can. But it's one foot in front of the other, and that's the same thing for you. It's one foot in front of the other, and all you have to do is set that goal and go make it happen. And guess what? You're going to fall down. You're going to fall on your face. You're going to get some bumps and bruises. You're going to feel some pain along the way. That all is a sign that you're on the right track. Because if you're not feeling those things, you're not really making any progress. Plain and simple. I am here to tell you from experience. We have only gotten to where we are at right now with a hell of a lot of pain, bumps, bruises, blood, sweat, tears, fear, stress, everything that people don't want to feel. That, like they say, right? The pressure is where diamonds are made. Put that pressure on, go fight through it, bust through, and be that diamond. Go out there and do great things this Friday, and set yourself up for a fantastic selling Saturday. You know, we're going to be in here tomorrow with another 15 minutes of mastery to help you get your life, your business, and your career to a whole new level. So if there's a way that we can help you, reach out to us, because that's what we're here to do. All right. We'll be talking again soon. If there's anything we can do, you know where we're at. Until then, my friends, as always, can't wait to meet you.